Hey everybody, it's Paul, your digital mage from CSP Geeks, and today I'm going to talk to you about creating an admin account inside of your Microsoft 365 tenant. Now, one of the reasons why you might want to do this is if you have a third party that is going to handle some of the administration of your tenant, you want to be able to give them a user that just has access to the admin features that they should have. You also don't need a license to provide that user, so I'm going to show you how to set that up. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your admin.microsoft.com and you're going to want to log in with an admin. So as you see, I have several accounts here, and this is our playground that we use for these videos. So I'm going to go in as the admin of the onmicrosoft.com. If you notice, there's a cspgeeksplayground.com and there's csplayground.onmicrosoft.com. When a tenant is first created, if there's no domain assigned to it, it will give you this on Microsoft, which is basically for onboarding. It allows you to go in and access the admin and start setting things up, including setting up your domain. So I'm going to go ahead and go in as this admin. And of course, once you log in, you may ask me to authenticate, in which case I will use my phone and my authenticator app, and I will approve it. And that should allow me to get in. Once you're in the admin, the area that you want to go to is you're adding a user. So you're going to go to users, and I usually go to active users just to see who's in there. There's your little Bobby, little Millie, and then the admin account. And what you're going to do is you're going to add a user, and this might be a third party that's helping you out. Rudy SecAdmin, and maybe Rudy is a contractor, so they're not going to have full access, and really you can put whatever you want in the display name. And then for the username, could be rudy.secadmin, and you can automatically create a password, or you can set the password yourself. And you can require the user to change the password when they first sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next screen. And of course, whenever you enter user IDs and passwords, if Chrome steps that up, you do not need to save that. Now here's where you assign the licenses. And as I mentioned, we don't need to give this contractor a license. What we want to do is we want to create the user without a product license. So what that means is that this user can go into your admin, but they can't go into, say, SharePoint. They can't go into lists. They can't go into anything other than the admin pieces that you give them roles for. And right now, if you just do this, as it says here, they will have limited access, which is what you want. So we're going to go to the next screen, and here's where you can add the roles. So we're going to go ahead and look at the roles. And you could just give them admin center access, and then you can choose any of these top categories. If you give somebody global administrator, it gives them access to everything in the admin, including the billing. And you want to avoid giving more access to a third party than they need. In this case, this is a security admin that we want them to go in and do an evaluation of the site, of the tenant. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to show all category. And we're going to specifically come down and find security and compliance. Now, in this case, I want this user to have access to all of the security items. So this allows them to do anything within security, but at the same time, there's no access to these other admins that are available. Now you may have a special case where they're not just looking at your security. Maybe you want them to have access to uh, maybe it's let's see, what's a good one. Say we want to say they're also a cloud application administrator. You can choose that, and now they'll have that role included with what's there. In this case, like I said, we're just doing security, but this gives you the granularity to really give just the roles that you want. And whenever you create these users, you want to use that zero trust. You only allow access that they have to have. And then I'm going to click on next. And now this is where you can review this user. You can also save this as a template. I don't usually do that unless it's on a large installation, but in this particular case, this is just a small 2 to 3 employee operation. So we're just going to leave it as is. Again, the password and the username can be given to that third party. It's going to force them to log in the first time that they go in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and close this. And as you can see, we have Rudy SecAdmin is now added and he's unlicensed. I hope you enjoyed the video.